So come with me as I go for an evangelism at Ado. Women of Mandates International Ministries was organizing a women outreach program. So they needed to do an evangelism outreach, and I was opportune to come with them. So this was me in the park. I went to Maraba Park, and from there the driver, when we were full, of course, the driver, took us through. We had to pass through the central area. We passed through Guarimpa first, then passed through the central area, passed through Jabi Lake Mall, central area, and a couple of other places. So I really want to talk about evangelism. Evangelism is super nice. It is something that God has mandated us to do. Every single one of us. You mustn't bear the tag of an evangelism or pastoral title before you go out on evangelism. If you do not want to go out alone, you can go out in group of twos, threes, and so on. Yes, for me, I went with um, Women of Mandate Ministries, and it was super nice. It was really super nice. So this is AYA Bridge. We passed through AYA Bridge. I think this should be my second time passing through Mararaba Nyanya. We stopped briefly at Kubo to drop someone. This is Kubo. And then finally we arrived at Nyanya first. Nyanya is should I call it a small town? Because there are lots of people. When I mean lots of people in this particular town. A lot of people who work in Abuja base actually stay in Nyanya. So then we passed through Mararaba. Yes, and those were the pillars. The pillars we passed before now were the pillars that welcomed us into Nasarawa. So some part of Maraba is Nasarawa. So we continued our journey. The driver had to drop some people here. The man beside me, the man who sat beside me, kept telling me, "Oh, this is Maraba, this is Nyanya, this is where you have to stop, this corner," and so on and so forth. I mean, all the way from Life Camp. I calculated the journey, without hold up, to be an hour plus or an hour and just few minutes. Yes, basically an hour if you're with your private car. So, but since I entered the public vehicle, it was 1 hour. So this was still Maraba. Yes, this was still Maraba. We still kept on going and going and going. I kept on taking pictures, videos, and it came to a point where I was the only one in the car because I was the last passenger to come down.